What's up, guys? It's Dirty Yarg. I'm coming at you with the first game of the day. I just played a game, and it was like 2 minutes left. 2 minutes of a game because I joined. There was like 10 points left, so I'm not really counting that. And I got like 2 kills in it, so it's like whatever. So let's see how we do. Just woke up. Just got a shower. I don't think I'm gonna put my headset on. I don't really want headset hair. Because if you ever gotten out of the shower and played Xbox right away, and your hair's still a little wet, kind of molds your hair with your headset, and it's just like, so, yeah. I normally don't play without sound, and I wouldn't prefer doing it. I think you should always play with sound. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it definitely puts that edge. Like, you just have a tiny advantage, and you never know. Might just from hearing somebody's footsteps might turn into something pretty cool. But yeah. Pretty tired.
One minute. Really sorry.
Got 2 friends over there chilling. One's watching a live stream, and the other one's playing World of Warcraft.
Nerd. He's a nerd. He's a nerd.
Team deathmatch.
No, but I played World of Warcraft quite a bit throughout my life. When it came out in like 2004, I think it was. My dad bought 2 copies of it. One for him and then one for me and my little sister. Because my little sister was pretty big into gaming growing up. But yeah. So I played pretty much non-stop until like the Cataclysm expansion packs. And if you know what that is, there's been like 5 expansions for WoW. And I mean, the first 3 were really good. It was really fun. But then it's been just pretty washed up. It's like they're kind of running out of ideas to do. And yeah, I mean, it's still good. I haven't really played it for a while. But I did play a lot. I probably, seriously, from the $15 a month, I probably spent over $700 just on World of Warcraft. And that's kind of sad, but, you know, it adds up. I really enjoyed playing it when I did. It's a fun game and it's addicting. But it's just not the same as it really has been. So,
did you already do the SSC? Did you get the SSC?
I do. I would honestly be playing World of Warcraft and Call of Duty at the same time. Like, computer, Xbox right next to each other. Austin, can you please be quiet? Jeez. I asked this guy to be quiet. I'm doing a video, and just keep talking.
Set that baby up.
One time, me and this kid, we were at my old house, and it was like a really small duplex. And he's a loud kid. He does not shut his mouth. And my dad would always wake up and come downstairs, be like, Austin, you need to be quiet. You need to whisper. It's like, I can't keep coming down here to warn you or tell you. And like, he came down like 3 times one night, and it was getting bad. And then he finally started whispering. And it was like, okay, thank the Lord. And we wake up the next morning, and it's like, and for like 3 hours he kept whispering. My dad's like, hey Austin, you know, you can talk now, you don't have to keep whispering. And honestly, he's like, okay. He whispered back to him. He kept whispering. But he's one of my best friends. 2 of my best friends right here. Can't even see him. But yeah, gaming's always been a big part of my life. My dad has always been big into gaming, and that's who got me into it. And so, the first games I ever really played was like
Age of Empires.
no, first was EverQuest. I don't know if you guys really know what EverQuest was, but it's kind of like WoW, and it was like a lot older one. WoW kind of killed it out when it came out, I guess you could say.
We're losing
Um,
this fight.
But I played that for quite a bit. I played some other MMOs, Dark Age of Camelot, tried Guild Wars, just a few of them, but they never really stuck like WoW did. And then about 7th grade is when I started playing COD 4, and that's like kind of when it all started. I was pretty much that guy with the M16 for quite a while, and then it finally kind of switched into sniping. I think it was about when the first map pack for Call of Duty 4 came out, was when I actually started sniping.
That is gonna hurt.
But this sniping was like the, I'm gonna stay scoped in because I don't want this guy seeing where I'm at. And because the main thing I remember was when Creek came out, I would always just sit on the house with a sniper and just never unscope. And that's kind of when I remember started sniping. But it was really fun. I mean, COD 4 was really simple, and it was just such an enjoyable game. I don't really think that they could come out with something like that, just because of how technological everything is now. Like, it's gotta outdo the last one, so they're like trying to add all these fancy things, and sometimes it messes it up. I mean, sometimes the games turn out well, but I don't think they can go back to how simple the games used to be. Like Halo 3, I was big into Halo, like
All you needed was a VI.
8th and 9th grade. Halo was so much fun. I mean, it was really skill based. I mean, there was some luck, but it was a lot more skill. I think it was a lot more fun to watch. I mean, the people who were good with snipers on Halo 3 were just crazy. Like, you see him pick up a sniper and it was just game over. And the montages they made on Halo 3 were just, I thought they were always just freaking sweet. And I started out playing Halo 3 and I really wasn't that good, and I got mad a lot.
Team deathmatch.
But over time I kept doing a little bit better.
Kill all
And,
that oppose our will.
And then one of my close buddies got really big into it, and he started like making a team,
We've taken control.
and he ended up signing up for MLG Dallas, I believe it was, Denver, MLG Denver, and he didn't place too well, but he did really good. His team, he said, I remember saying that his team didn't really pick it up. And this was like 4 or 5 years ago when MLG was actually in the Call of Duty playlist. But he was really good. He kind of taught me how to play, and we'd always play doubles together. He carried me to a 50 in doubles. But yeah, I mean, it was just such a well-placed game. I mean, the MLG variant game types were always really fun. It was a challenge. I mean, you couldn't just be good at it. You couldn't get lucky with a few shots. You couldn't really just sit back and snipe people, because you would still get outgunned. But yeah, so I kind of took a break, I guess, between COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 to play Halo 3, and then after Halo is when I started getting big into like trick shotting, and I was definitely big into trick shotting before I was ever a sniper. And even though the first really things I saw were sniper montages from Smokey Drift, he was really the first one that I had seen, and I was just like, oh, I gotta do that. And so I did. And I got myself an easy cap, and then the quality really sucked on it, but it still made me get uploads. And I remember I went for the TGN recruitment challenge, and they were the Gecko Nation, and they were like one of the big teams that were up. I remember FaZe Style was in it, and like he was one kid that I always loved watching. Like his gamer tag was Jambi Kid when he was solo, and I remember he always did Jambi responses, and he always like put in really good ones, and I enjoyed watching that. And Jambi responses were like my favorite thing to do. I loved when he posted those, because I would just like sit for hours in that wherever that one spot it's at is, and just grind out trying to hit something cool. And seriously, like, it wasn't cool. Not at all. It wasn't cool. The stuff I was going for was like the stupidest stuff, but it was like, it was almost standard. And I mean, that's pretty crazy what it's come to, but I remember I uploaded one video, and it was, I 360'd and then scoped in YY and then no scope for the shot. So it's like a temper shot but reverse, and like I was freaking out when I hit it. Like it took me like an hour to hit, and it was so, it's just crazy how things have changed. Like it was just a crappy trick shot, but I was so hyped. And I remember like within the first day it got like, it got like 200 views, and I was at school, and like some of my friends were around, and they were like, oh my god, dude, did you see how many views your video got? You're like at 200. It's like, that's crazy. And that was pretty funny, but it's just crazy how much has changed. And
We're losing this fight. We're losing this fight.
but yeah, so I was big into Modern Warfare 2 trick shotting for a while. I put out like a Kill Cams episode for myself, and I actually got like over 1,000 views, which is pretty cool.
UAV awaiting orders. Friendly UAV inbound.
But, and then like kind of end Modern Warfare 2, I started sniping. It was just a lot more enjoyable to me, and
Holy shit.
started playing like Search, and I just be the one to kill people. And so that was kind of like my Modern Warfare 2 thing. Maybe I'll continue this a little bit later on something else, different topic. But if you're still watching, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you for staying tuned in. I didn't really hit anything too crazy, but if you like my stories, thank you. Leave a comment if you're still watching. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button below.
What?
Follow me on Twitter, guys. This is Dirty, and I'm out.